You're with BBC News as we reflect upon the late Pope Francis, having heard that news earlier on today from the Vatican that the world's first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church has died at the age of 88. And we can tell you that there was shock at the Vatican, where only yesterday, on Easter Sunday, during the service there, the Pope had addressed crowds. We know, of course, that he had been very unwell for a long time, having suffered from an early age with lung problems and pneumonia. He had been hospitalised from the 14th of February for 5 weeks in Rome's Gemelli Hospital. But still, having seen the pontiff just yesterday, there is a state of shock amongst the Catholic world that the pontiff today, on Easter Monday, a time of immense importance across the Christian world, across the Christian community, that Pope Francis has passed away at the age of 88. And we've been reflecting with people who have had the privilege of meeting the pontiff. On Wednesdays, we know that Wednesday mornings, one of the traditions on most Wednesday mornings, the Pope gives a general audience for members of the public and for pilgrims who come to St. Peter's Square to pray with the pontiff. These audiences are normally held just in front of St. Peter's Basilica, the square which holds around 10,000 people, the square where today we see so many people coming to reflect. Well, just in May 2022, I was actually lucky enough to be there. These papal audiences, they're not a mass so much, but this is more a time of reflection, a time of prayer. And this is images that I'm sharing with you from a moment that normally begin with a short reading from the sacred scripture, and then after that the Holy Father then gives a homily based on the reading. Then indeed shorter summaries of what he said are offered in 8 major languages for the thousands of people who come for these audiences on Wednesdays. They then conclude with the Holy Father giving his apostolic blessing, and following the audience a small number of people have the opportunity to then greet the Holy Father personally. These are audiences that are very, very special. And as back in May 2022, I witnessed as he was just so ingrained and really happy to talk to the children and looking at the children's pictures, and also talking to the adults there who were able to be there. A very special time for so many people. And it's not just Catholics who come to these audiences with the pontiff, because he is the figurehead of one of the oldest religions in the world. These audiences are really very, very special. But one thing that I'll reflect on was the joy that the pontiff had to see the pictures that were drawn by the children who come to meet him. He blesses them and is really engaged and very smiling, but even then already quite fragile back in 2022. But it was quite a moment for all of us there to have that special moment to meet the pontiff, to be blessed by him personally.